Hey guys, what's going on? This is Kyle from Too Much Bricks, and welcome back. So today is a look at the AT-ST Raider, the LEGO Star Wars set from the new Mandalorian series, now streaming on Disney+. This is a set that is ages 8 and up, set 75254, and has 540 pieces and retails for around $40 to $50 in the US. It's a very detailed set with a lot of great minifigures. So we're going to take you through the set first and show you that, then we're going to show you the minifigures and wrap up this video. So without further ado, let's get into this set review. Okay guys, so here is the AT-ST, the Raider itself, and I really like the look of the style, and we've gotten a lot of these AT-STs before, but I like the look of this one mainly for the coloring. The design overall is the same. There's a couple differences that we'll get through in a minute. But the main difference between this and a lot of other current or recent AT-STs that we've gotten, I don't have any to compare, sadly. This is my actual first AT-ST, is that this is kind of recolored. Not really talking about the legs, but the actual head is recolored in a dark gray other than the light gray that we have normally gotten. And I like the look of it. Obviously, you have some little light gray detailing on it. You also do have a cannon on one side and a grenade launcher on the other side, which is actually accurate on each side of the eyes, as I like to call it. That can just be rotated in a 360. You do also have another double cannon on the bottom here, and it's right next to the spring-loaded shooters. Also, you have, I pointed out this cannon. This cannon can be rotated another 360. The only reason I'm not doing that is because this little blast shield or panel over there sometimes comes loose. I did actually modify it by putting just a regular stud with a hole in it, so this is actually clipped in a little bit more, but that for me just was a little loose. I'm going to go ahead and show you how the spring-loaded shooters works. So by turning this head, that's right, you can turn the head, and we're going to get through that. You just push these little axles or here with the little cone pieces, and they fire off and it's lost forever. But they do give you extras in case of that, and it's overall very simple. Now, I did say that you could turn the head on this. You can turn it manually with your hand, but they do have this little knob on the back here. By turning that, you can turn the whole head, and I really like the feeling for that. You can also open up the entire thing to put figures inside, and what I like about that is that they give you movie accurate and also play accurate, if you know what I mean. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you in to the cockpit, and that's what it looks like. You just have a little control module there with a little blaster for one of the Raiders. And what I meant by play accurate is you can open up this whole thing and really get your hands inside there, but they also have a movie accurate little porthole that you can open up like they would be coming out of this if this was in real life, and I like the look of that. It's very detailed on the top. Now moving on into the legs, I like the coloring. It is accurate. If you guys have seen The Mandalorian, this really isn't like an Imperial AT-ST. Let me just let the camera focus there. It's got nice coloring. This set, I noticed, really does heavily rely on stickers to really capture the look. I mean, it has the stripes and everything, and the axles and little various arms to give the leg stability. What I like about this is that normally we didn't have this secondary arm coming up from here, but that is more accurate. I looked at a diagram of the actual thing, and that is very accurate to what it actually looks like, and I'm glad they included that. You do have some nice stickers on the feet. Bring you in closer to that. You have a nice gray one over there, and then a kind of maybe rusted one or just colored in brown. So I really like the look of that. Again, stickers for those two. And yeah, that really kind of completes it for this whole thing. There's really not much else to say about it except that it's very nicely detailed. And yeah, red on this side and brown on the other. You also do have these little hoses or tubes, and I looked at the diagram and it said these are supposed to be nets and not hoses or tubes. And I was actually surprised to hear that, and the reason I looked that up is because I didn't exactly know what they were. And yeah, so that completes it for this, the set itself. Let me go ahead and take you into the figures and wrap up this video. Okay, guys, so here is the Mandalorian himself, and I really like the look of this figure. So it comes with a little rifle or a gun, but we'll take a look at that later. Looking at his torso, he's got a nice strap of ammunition here, also where his gun would be strapped around in the movie. At the time of recording of this video, all 7 episodes, or I think it's 8, I'm not quite sure, have been out. So he does have spoilers if you haven't seen this and you do want to, so click away. All right, here they come. He does have his new armor that is more shinier and matches because this is just all various colors. But I like the look of it. And this is from the first 3 episodes, I believe. He has just some nice brown, arms, and no printing on the arms, sadly. I would have liked to see that. I think that definitely could have made this character look a lot better. I do like the helmet, though, comparing it to the past helmets that we've got for Mandalorian style. I mean, you have this Jango Fett one that is the silver's much lighter or gray, and it's got the blue on it, and we've gotten the green and red Jango Fett one. Taking the helmet off so it can give you a closer look. There is no minifigure head underneath, sadly, but we, again, another spoiler, so click away, have gotten the face reveal in the last episode. Here's a closer look at the helmet itself. I really like the design. I think it's very, very accurate, but I think it could have been a little bit lighter. I was watching The Mandalorian again, and I don't really believe it's this dark of a helmet. I was surprised at that, because when I first saw the box art and stuff, I was like, oh, wow, that's very accurate. This camera will focus. You can see he's got some nice leg printing there, and he also does have a paper-like cape, and I was surprised at that, especially made for him. It's just kind of like a half a cape. It's not the full capes that we normally get, just colored in gray. And spinning the figure around, you can see he's got some nice printing on the back, some scratches, and still got that strap continuing all the way around. So putting his stuff back on. And that really completes it for the Mandalorian himself. Now taking a closer look at the rifle that he comes with. It's a very interesting build. I mean, it's the brown lightsaber handle, the claw piece, and then the little Star Wars blaster pistols that we normally get. And I like the look of it. I think it looks accurate to the disintegrator rifle that he has in the movie. And yeah, so that really completes it for the Mandalorian. Next up is ex-Rebel shock trooper Cara Dune, and I like the look of this figure. I'm going to go get rid of the rifles just so you can get a better look at her. I think that her face doesn't very capture the actor in The Mandalorian, but I think the hair does. I like the choice of the hairpiece. The face is nice. The torso, very, very accurate. Spinning her around. Go ahead and take that hairpiece off for you. Show her secondary face. Got that angry face. And some nice printing on the back. No arm printing. I would have liked to see maybe the tattoo that she has. I think that would have looked really, really nice. But we got no arm printing because she's supposed to be like have this type of tank top on. And her rifle is just the regular, Star Wars sniper rifles that we've got with the use of a, I don't know, suppressor or just an extension on it, using the gunmetal gray lightsaber piece. And it's overall pretty simple. I think it kind of captures the weapon choice that she has in The Mandalorian. And yeah, so that completes it for Cara Dune. Next up, and bear with me, because this is a very hard to pronounce name, at least for me. This is the Klatooinian Raider. Klatooinian Raider, that's just the way I'm pronouncing it. I'm not exactly sure. He doesn't actually have a name in this set. It's just Klatooinian Raider. He has a nice weapon here, kind of suppressed, maybe blaster here. Just regular gray arms. The robes that he has on continue down, and the printing on the legs, I like the look of that. He also does have a nice little scarf, some nice printing on his torso, using the under half of the Ultron mask to kind of represent like that armor that he wears, and a very nicely detailed head. Turning him around, there's no secondary face because he doesn't have a helmet on or anything, and there's just some more printing continued on the back. I'll tilt that back so you guys can kind of see it in the light. And here's a look at his weapon. It's just a regular gunmetal gray blaster that we've gotten first introduced with Finn, and then the new Star Wars movies, and then with the First Order stormtroopers, and a brown lightsaber piece to be, again, as I said with the past ones, a suppressor, extension, whatever you guys imagine it to be. And yeah, so that completes it for the first Klatooinian Raider, and I just really like the look of this one. Here's the last figure in this set. There were only 4 figures included in this set, and this is yet again another Klatooinian guard. It just comes with 2 little black pistols or blasters there. The printing on the legs is exactly the same as the first one, but the torso has changed up a little bit. He's got a nice helmet printed in a gunmetal gray. I like the look of that in a gunmetal gray. Spiked shoulder piece. I think we first got those in the new Lego Movie 2 Apocalypse people. The printing on the head and the facial expression is exactly the same as the last one. And it's got more straps and robes printing on the back. I like the look of that. And taking one of his pistols off, this is just, there's nothing modified to it. It's just, and yeah, so that really completes it for this figure. But I do want to point out that this helmet, I've never gotten a gunmetal gray helmet before, and I really like the look of this, and I'm glad they made it. And I think it goes nice with the shoulder guard, or the spiked shoulder plate, whatever you guys would like to call it. And that completes it for this guy. And as I said, his just comes with 2 regular black blasters. They're not modified or anything, it's just there themselves. And yep, so I'll take you back to the set with all the figures, give you my final thoughts, and we'll wrap up this video. And yeah, so that really completes it for the AT-ST Raider set. I really like the look of the set, and as posability wise, I mean, you have a lot of options there. You can bring the leg all the way out. You can bring it back. It's kind of like bumpy, but I think that the posability is nice. You can get it into kind of a walking position. I'm not going to do it on camera because me personally, I have a very hard time with this particular set. For some reason, I can't get it into a walking position that will actually stand up. That's just the way I don't know. That's just for me personally. I cannot get this into a walking pose. I'm sorry about that. I'm gonna go ahead and lay out the figures for you. The Mandalorian, love the look of it, love the helmet. I would give him the 1 to 10 scale. I would give him a 10. Cara Dune. Besides the face, I think they did a nice job on her. And the 2 Klatooinian Raiders, I leave down in the comment section down below if I'm even saying that right. And I think that they were okay. I kind of wish they would have included maybe just a little bit different variety. This is modeled, I believe, off of episode 5. Again, for those who watch The Mandalorian, leave down in the comment section down below if that is correct. But posability-wise, again, for me personally, I can't get it into a walking position where it'll stand up. I think for display-wise, it looks nice, and action feature work really nice, and the look of it is nice. The figures, all pretty good. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found this helpful. Again, leave down in the comment section down below what reviews you'd like to see me do next. And if you enjoyed this review, definitely make sure you subscribe to my channel and drop a like if you haven't. Go ahead and jump over to Anthony the Lego Man. That's my cousin's channel. Subscribe to him. Subscribe to my Patreons and friends over at Jacob from Lego Ninja Customs and Andrew from Andrew Does More Legos. Really great channels with a lot of great content. I will be doing a review on Kylo Ren's shuttle from the new Rise of Skywalker that's coming up soon. Also, stay tuned for more Endgame remodel videos because those will be up soon. And I hopefully plan to be getting out the Advent calendar because that is a lot of stuff to review, all 24 things that you get. And yeah, so that completes it for this video. Remember, you can never have too much bricks. Hope you had a happy new year and keep building, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.